Hey, so I finally got my PWCC vault emptied out and shipped to me. It's 40 items, and I've split it up between the sports. So I have a big pile of soccer items, and then boxing, tennis, golf, and everything else. So just 3 items that didn't fall into one of those categories. Before I go into my PWCC vault and show the items that I picked up over the last 5 months, I decided to show you a mail day that I never took a video of. So I had talked about this card, the 1946 Propaganda Montiel of Kid to Nero. Just PSA 1, they always come out of albums. I showed this off in an earlier video. I had mentioned that I picked up some stars from that set just because they were on eBay for auction, and I won 4 out of the 5 that I was interested in. I decided not to go for the Kid Chocolate because he actually stopped boxing before this set came out. And so these guys were all at the end of their career when this set came out. So my favorite one, James Braddock. So he was from the Cinderella Man. And they're actually all pretty solid, nothing too crazy. No high grades in these, but because they were always pasted in albums. And they're super thin and fragile. So that was Max Schmeling. Max Bear. And then Billy Cohn. Billy Cohn. So nothing too crazy, just decided to pick up the stars from that set for boxing. There are 2 rookies for boxing in the set that I'm interested in, plus the Stan Musial. They're not insanely rare. They'll pop up. I'm just waiting for it to be for the right price for the 2 boxing rookies. Stan Musial, he has several others from 46. He has a Sears postcard. Another foreign issue from 46. Then he has an M114 magazine supplement from 1943 that I'm pretty interested in. We'll probably pick that up before I pick the 46 issues. And then recently there was a 1941 team issue of the Cardinals photograph graded by PSA that sold that I went for, and somebody really wanted it. I think somebody put in a bid for like 600, got it for 550, 560 something. So not interested enough for that price. Nowhere near that price. But of course there's others that have sold for much less than that. So starting off with golf, you have the 1971 Barrett & Co. Tony Jacklin. So what's his name? There is a really popular golfer from this set that's his rookie. And I am forgetting his name because he's arguably the greatest golfer of all time. It's either between him or Tiger Woods. Most people agree that's Tiger Woods. I think it's Tiger Woods, but of course I don't like comparing eras. Oh, his name is Jack something. It is escaping me. I was talking about him yesterday. Nick Faldo, 1979 Golden Wonder. This is a rare PSA 10 that you're going to see in my collection. I never go after them. It was a super cheap card. Not. This might be his earliest, but I got it for just a few bucks. And then James Barnes from the 1927 WA and AC Churchman set. Those are all the golfers I picked up. I'm sitting here trying to remember his last name. I have my computer open, so I'll just... Jack Nicholas or Nicholas? All right, Jack Nicklaus. That's his name. So going with tennis, got the 1981 Panini Sport Superstars. So this is Martina Navratilova. Nothing special. When I bought this, I thought this was her earliest card. No. Her earliest card comes out of a set that I will show when I'm showing off boxing. It's from the 1976 set. I'll talk more about that when I get to the boxing card. F.T. Hunter, 1928 Churchman. Renshaw. So he stopped playing way before this card was produced. Him and his brother debuted in 1980 at the age of 19. Well, he did, William Renshaw. But I know his brother also debuted, and they're both in the Hall of Fame for tennis. I don't know of an earlier card for him. I couldn't find another one. I would hope that there is an earlier card, especially during his playing days, but I just couldn't find it. 1928 of R.F. Daltrey. Darty? However you pronounce his last name. PSA 8. Just was able to pick up several from that set and the tennis set. Tony Roche. 1970 Panini set. And it's the Ballad of the Back. Love picking up those. Stan Smith. 1973 Panini set. I have the Roberto Duran and the Carlos Monzon and the George Foreman from this set as well. Now here are two tabby issues. I call them tabbies because they have the tabby stamp on the back. But 1948 Album Deportivo Tennis Fotograficus of two Hall of Fame tennis players. I think I was able to get these for cheap because people didn't know what the players were. I think his name is Bob Faltenberg, and his name is Pancho Gonzalez. But yeah, I had tried to get this months ago and lost, and then another one popped up, and I won that for a lot less. But again, so if anybody's, I usually say nothing's for sale, but of course, just shoot me an offer, and most likely I'll turn it down, but, who knows. And also, if anybody knows of earlier issues for the ones that I've said are rookies or earliest issues, please correct me. So here are the boxing cards. Jim Driscoll, 1910. I think most of, or if not all of the boxing items of the early issues for him is from 1910. I saw a Police Gazette supplement, which my next video will be on 3 of those that I was able to grab. Cannot believe I was able to find and bid and win all 3 of the ones I got. $1965 Benvenuti Nino. It's an Italian boxer. I think he has an earlier card from 1960, but this one came up and nobody seemed to be interested in it, and I checked the comps and have been very little of these graded, so I went ahead and got that. 1910 Sam Langford, T218 champions, prize fighter. Yeah, he may or may not be one of the Police Gazettes I was able to grab. So his Police Gazette is from 1909. And his Ogden is also from 1909, but I have his 1910 Mecca. Tifolo Stevenson, 1976 Panini Montreal. A boxer who might get into the Boxing Hall of Fame. He never went professional. He's one of the greatest Cuban boxers ever, and he fought in amateur and in the Olympics. So I'm actually going to pull up his stats real quick. So he was a Cuban engineer and amateur boxer who competed from 1966 to 1986. He won the Val Barker Trophy in 72 and was honored with the Olympic Order in 87, and is one of only 3 boxers to win 3 Olympic gold medals alongside Laszlo Pep and Cuban Felix Savon. So in his boxing record, he fought 332 fights. He won 302, lost 22, and draw 8. He got 3 gold medals in the Olympic Games, 3 in the World Championships. The Pan American Games, he got 2. Central American Championships, he got 6. So in all the events, he got 17 golds, 0 silvers, and 2 bronze medals. So he got heavyweight gold medals in the 72 Munich Games, the 76 Montreal Games, and the 80 Moscow Games. So yeah, so I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but that's, someday. I don't know of any earlier issue of him from 76. I know he has 2, and I was able to grab both of them. Here's the Leon Spinks, 1976 Panini set. And that's what it looks like on the back. Another 1981 Panini, Thomas Yearns. So I think I'm only missing 1 or 2 boxing rookies from that set. From the 81 set, I have quite a few. 1912 Conan Weenan and Co. Charles Ladeau. This is PSA 5 greenback. There were some George Carpenters from this set as well that I'm interested in. I decided to go after this one because the Carpenters, there are some on eBay. This has been the nicest example I've seen. This is a rookie or earliest issue of this Hall of Fame boxer. And then one of my favorite buys out of PWCC was this guy. So this is the other issue of Tifolo Stevenson. And this is also the set that has the earliest issue of this Hall of Fame woman tennis player. It also has the noted earliest issue of Jimmy Connors, an earlier issue of Chris Evert, or Evert, however you pronounce her name. But I bought this because I had never seen it before. Couldn't find anything about it, this specific card. And, I was just able to get it for like $25. Didn't think much of it. And then, for whatever reason, I was just thinking about the set. I guess that's when I found out of her rookie. And I checked the PSA registry. And this is the only one ever graded. So to my knowledge, this is the only graded card of this. Of course, there might be some ungraded in albums and stuff, and where people are just not grading this card. But this is the only graded example in the world across any grading company. So I thought that was really cool. All right, so now soccer. We'll do miscellaneous. So this is the 1936 Pet Creamer USA Basketball Olympia from 1936. So this is the first Olympics that had basketball a part of the Olympics officially. USA won gold, and the team captain is shown right there, number 12, reaching up for the ball, I think. Yeah. So his name is escaping me right now. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to look up his name. It's something weird. Yeah. So his name's Joe Fortenberry. So he lived from 1911 to 1993. And he was the captain of the American basketball team, which won the gold medal in the first Olympics to include basketball. He is credited with being the first to slam dunk the basketball. This appeared in a New York Times article by Pulitzer Prize-winning sports reporter Arthur Daly in 1936. He could still dunk when he was 55 years old, according to his son. So yeah, really early basketball card from 1936. He has a second one from another German set that's colored that I've been looking at, but it seems pretty obtainable. 1936 Cosmos Olympia, Jesse Owens. So will go with my other Jesse Owens rookies. And then another unique card that I was surprised to win for the amount. Just looking up his name to tell you information about him. All right. So this is 1920s Helvetia Sport Rigolo. So his whole name Costante Gerardino. I don't know. But I saw the card. It looked familiar. I thought I was familiar with the set. Ferrari's rookie is in this set. And there are other racers from this set as well. And they go for a crap ton of money. And a guy I messaged on Instagram who is familiar with a lot of the Italian sets claims that this is for sometime between 1924 and 1925. Of course, there's this big hole in the middle. Maybe that's why. They're super rare. This is the only copy I've ever seen of this guy. And a little bit about this guy. He was an Italian professional road bicycle racer, considered by many to be one of the finest riders in the history of the sport. He was the first rider to be declared the champion of champions by the Italian media and fans. At the height of his career in the 1920s, he is said to be more powerful than Mussolini, and it was declared that all express trains should stop in his hometown, Novi Ligure, an honor only normally awarded to heads of state. So that is why I purchased his card. And if anybody knows of an earlier copy of him, I'd be interested. So yeah, so I just want to apologize again. I don't know how to pronounce most things. I murder it all the time. And especially when I'm dealing with foreign issues, I just don't do a good job at all. So going with the soccer issues to end it, we have the 1997. I know he has a card from 96. This is the one I prefer. I will pick up the 96 one. It's cheap. It's easy to get. But this is the one I prefer. 1997 Merlins of Andrea Pirlo. Edwin van der Sar, 1991 Merlin. There's several more from this set that I'm interested in. But again, no rush to grab anything. I just pick it up when it shows up. 2003 Panini Weasley Schneider. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But I'm only recently getting into soccer. Learning who was good, who's good now, who are considered legends. The greatest at their position. 2007 Di Maria. So I was pretty happy to get this. Michael Essen, 2001 Panini. JJ Okocha, 1993 Panini. A card that I missed out on several times. It's the 1971 Marshall Cavendish of Kevin Keegan. It's graded authentic. These were hand cut, and the margins, there is a very thin margin that should be around the card that is not, and that's why it's graded authentic. But I won this for next to nothing, and I went after pretty much the same exact copy that somebody tried to win several weeks before I got this, and they skied it up way like several, I don't know, just a little bit above $100, and I didn't get this for anywhere near that. 1963 Eusebio Sticker Verlag sticker set. So you can see that this was pasted, but great front. I wanted a 63 Eusebio, so I think now I have two. Still looking to buy a 61 and a 62 for them. 1978 Reucha of Hugo Sanchez. So I think his most desirable is the Americana, the true Americana rookie. One that I absolutely love will sit right next to my, what's his name? Yeah, so this one will sit right next to my 1993 Rivaldo rookie, and this is of Roberto Carlos. Just a bit of brown staining on the back. I don't mind it. This was a great copy to add to my collection for the price that I paid. Another card that I was super happy to get. Could not believe it for the price. I mean, of course, he's injured now, and his stuff just keeps going down and down. And I really don't understand how this is a SGC4. I'm not complaining. There's some chipping. But yeah, so 2009 Abril Gold Cards Football of Neymar. So normally, the other Luis Suarez is from the 1953 sets. And I know he has two. This is the less popular and, I guess, maybe more sought after. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I was able to grab it. Of course, these were hand cut, and the margin on it is pretty much gone. I don't mind it. It's in rough shape on the back, but again, I've only ever seen 2 copies, and I bought the second one. This set I have the Billy Cone from. It's the 1941 Valenciana of Caesar. I was really happy to get it. That was another card that I lost on a few copies of, and this one actually is the highest graded one of the ones that I lost on. And then this was just a shot in the dark. I totally thought that somebody would try to get this for a lot more than what I got it for. Like, I understand it's a PSA 1 miscut, but this is one of Beckenbauer's most sought after rookies. This is one of my favorites. But it's the TTT Beckenbauer 1965. You know, it's a 1 based off the back. It's got residue, a little bit of paper loss on the, you know, this was clearly pasted into an album, and it's miscut. So it's cut down here, and it shows the top of another player's head. But again, like, it presents great. It looks fantastic. And yeah, so it's in its forever home. It'll stay with me. And now to finish it off are the larger copies from the soccer editions. So Gerd Mueller, 1965. So this, I now have both of his rookies that picture just him, besides team issues of the German team, and while he's like in action playing. I don't care for those. Probably save that one for last. (1968) Palarex Campios, AFC Ajax Amsterdam. So it's the Ajax team from 68 or 67, and it shows Johan Cruyff. Blank back. But of course, I love these really crisp team pictures. Are pretty close to the rookie year of the legends. I have one of Pele. Now I have one of Johan Cruyff. He has an earlier team issue from 66. I don't care for it because it's black and white. And he has a postcard of just him from 66 that I'm after, that I've lost on twice now. And I couldn't believe I won this for the price I did. Giuseppe Meazza, 1937 Gazzetta. So this is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Italian player to ever live. His 1927 rookie is one of the most sought after cards in the hobby. And it's still doable. You know, it's nothing like the 1957 Pele stickers that could go for, you know, freaking $500,000 to $1 million. But the Giuseppe has seen a huge decrease from the COVID boom, and is now, you know, between $10,000 to $20,000 for a copy, according to PWCC prices. But yeah, and this is my favorite pickup. You know, he was alive for such a long time. I could see him having a lot of autographs. I was able to win this for a really great price, and It's not the greatest photo ever, but it's still a photo of just him. And that is Ferenc Puskas. I'll probably never get his rookie. It's out of 46, 47. The Nina. It's like a Hungarian sticker issue. I'm not the biggest fan of it. And one sold a while for $50,000. $25,000 to $50,000 on the PWCC Premier Auctions. But yeah, that's his autograph. Graded by Beckett, you know. So that's a good piece that'll sit in the background. So yeah, so that is my entire opening. And if you guys have any questions or any notes on anything, just say it in the comments. All right, peace.